Welcome back to the Midwest Regional Championship. We have the rivalry to end all rivalries in the Midwest, in my humble opinion, Kansas versus Mizzou.
Yep, this rivalry is definitely a tale as old as time.
How many times have you seen them play?
I can't even count how many times I've seen these guys play. And it's always a fun game. It's very back and forth. I don't think either team necessarily has a leg up in whatever legacy it is that they have as far as like previous wins and losses. Both these teams played each other at Ball Brothers and I think exchanged games. So to say who's going to win this game, I have no idea. It's a toss-up. So, alrighty. So from the flip, Mizzou got Quaffle, and Kansas has Bludger Control. Mizzou walking that Quaffle up the pitch is Wallace. Passes the ball back behind the hoops. A lot of bludger play happening while that Quaffle's hanging out over on the edge. Trying to make something happen here. Right outside of the keeper zone is Mizzou passing around the Quaffle. Passes it back and behind. Plenty of time to try and charge on in. Pass across the hoops blocked by number 54 for Kansas, who also gets beat. Number 54 is that 54 or 44? Or 64? None of these numbers are important, so I apologize. I believe that was Jaden Lee, number 64, that got beat after making the stop from the Mizzou shot. And we have a quick stoppage. Waiting to see what's going to happen from here. It's a yellow card for Aaron Grant of Kansas. Tripping, so 1 minute in the box. Sort of just an incidental thing from the sounds of it. Quaffle goes back to Mizzou, just outside of Kansas's hoops. Pass up top to Wallace. Wallace gets beat.
Oh.
Score is no good. That was beautiful and through the hoop, but beat at the ankle before he could get the shot off. So Kansas will have to run and recover that Quaffle from the fence line.
Or walk and recover is what's actually happening.
Walk and recover is okay too. I mean, this point in the day, this is each team's third game. You're a little bit tired, and you also want to keep
30 seconds.
Keep things going. Keep them in your team's favor. Give them a little bit of a break too. This might be just a little bit too slow for me.
Can I make a joke about Kansas and slow ball, or will I date myself?
You will definitely date yourself, but I know
Okay.
exactly what you're talking about, so it's okay. All right.
4, 3.
Very slow
2,
walk up pitch by
1.
Cable. Passing it off to number 14, Brandstetter. Brandstetter protected by her beater, number 97, Mockenhaupt.
And Grant is back in play. I wonder if that was the reason for going slow.
That is most likely the exact reason that they were slow balling, is trying to get that other chaser back into the play. Mizzou definitely plays a pretty tight defense. They pack it right into the paint, and it always helps to have that fourth Quaffle carrier that can help you out.
Oh, a little high from Grant. I don't know if he was going for the goal or just going for the pass.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I feel like slow balling is a lot riskier than it used to now that we have two-arm tackling, which I'm not seeing implemented consistently here yet, which makes sense. It's only about 6 to 8 weeks into the USQ rule change, or not actually USQ rule change. We already implemented two-arm tackling, but just 8 weeks into the season, hopefully we'll start to see more teams implement it, because it definitely is a game changer for being able to attack those slow moving offenses.
And Wallace from Mizzou.
Oh, wow.
That ball to Kaylin Johnson. No, not Kaylin Johnson. Kaylin Johnson beat.
And that is the first goal on the board.
I did not catch the number of the player. She kind of kept her back away from me, but that was an awesome goal. So that is the first goal of our game, makes the score 10-0. Mizzou getting themselves on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Mizzou with bludger control. Number 96, Kaylin Johnson, and number 6, Vincent Reyes, keeping control for their team.
You see,
Mizzou
Mizzou is not letting KU patiently take up the ball anymore. They are
Absolutely
being
not.
very quick and very pointed and aggressive.
very aggressive defense, and I don't blame them. They want to get that ball back, and they want to go ahead and get that transition and get that shot. Wallace walking the ball up for Mizzou. Beaters help him get free. And we got number 12, Himmelman, trying to chase down that, Quaffle before it goes out of bounds, but he's unsuccessful. Number 4, Cable, walking again to retrieve the Quaffle from pretty much the same place that he had to earlier, but putting a little bit more pace on his movement up the field, passing the ball off to Grant. Grant quickening pace. Kansas had control, but tried to throw a beat on Vincent Reyes and was unsuccessful. Reyes stole the bludger, Kansas trying to see if they can make something happen. Quaffle protected by one of their bludgers. Number 4, Cable, receives the Quaffle for all of a moment, but does get beat out before he's able to do anything useful with it. Number 2, Wallace for Mizzou, slowly walking the Quaffle up pitch. Mizzou still with bludger control. Reyes and Johnson doing an amazing job holding on to that control for their team. Kansas with a pretty stagnant defense for the time being. Seems to just be waiting for Mizzou to walk it in towards the keeper zone. Mizzou throws the ball behind, able to block that bludger with the Quaffle, but does get tackled. Passes the ball off to Wallace, though, before the Quaffle can be taken. Wallace dodges a beat. Number 11, Sydney Boger, running down the Quaffle back behind the hoops. But it is a turnover as the ball went out of bounds. Getting some fresh legs in for Kansas at keeper. Kate Ruiz coming in at keeper.
Hey, I want you to play down low. Jaden, I want you to play up top.
Hey guys, can I get a score?
Ruiz
Time check?
using their way
6:13.
up behind the hoops.
Back to my play, Kyler.
Kansas definitely slow balling a lot. Being very, very patient with what they want to try to do here. I think a big part of that is because they don't have bludger control and haven't had bludger control very much. Choquette with the Quaffle outside of the hoops. Gets wrapped and pulled down to the ground. Passes the ball into the hoops, but chaser recipient is beat before they can catch it. Ball is turned over to Mizzou behind the hoop. Now Mizzou very slowly walking the Quaffle up.
Number 1 from Mizzou, Evan Donaher, is doing a very great job trying to stop Mizzou's slowing. Very, very fast, very physical chaser they have on that team.
All right, this is definitely some of the slower play that we have seen today. Wallace gets the ball though, puts it right through the little hoop. Goal for Mizzou. Score is 20-0. Mizzou leads this game. Ruiz, pretty sure that's it. Yes, Ruiz for Kansas at keeper, walking the Quaffle up, passes it off to Choquette. Choquette walking, protected by Beater. Number 96, Tao. Reyes and Johnson still holding on to bludgers for Mizzou. Not much happening. Looks like Mizzou's trying to force Choquette to do something, but with the beater on him, he hasn't really had to yet. Number 64 for Kansas picks up the Quaffle. Turns in the middle, tries to pass back behind the hoops, but Wallace is there. Ooh, but Ruiz is able to pick up the Quaffle. Wallace overruns, tries to throw the ball.
Wow.
That ball bounces, Choquette almost recovers it, but Johnson's able to clean up for Mizzou with her bludger, and the quaffle goes back into Wallace's hands. There was a lot that happened all at once there. For as slow as everything was moving, everything happened all at once all of a sudden. Not that that's not what you want. I mean, you want to be able to change up the pace like that and try to, throw your opponent off. But that was a lot all
Time
at
check.
once.
9:07.
9:07 game time. We are so 9 minutes, 2 goals scored so far. Both by Mizzou. Both by Wallace. if I'm not
That was
mistaken.
nearly a third. That was a third.
That was a third for Wallace. And you know what? I don't think all 3 of them were by Wallace. I think that's the second one. I think the first one he passed to the one player whose number I didn't remember grabbing.
Yeah.
That had the awesome dunk from behind the hoops.
Yes.
All right, Kansas looks like they're picking up the pace at least a little bit to get across the halfway point. Mizzou is still holding tight to those bludgers. Number 69, Grant, gets beat. Ruiz passes the ball back up top to Lee. Lee trying to see if he can move around and get past. Oh, there was a head beat on that, but he sort of fell into it. So, per the new rules, I don't think that necessarily qualifies as an illegal beat because he was tripping and falling forward in the process of that all happening. Number 1, Donaher, passes the quaffle before getting beat, has to go back and tag up at hoops. Sydney Boger holding on to quaffle, passes off to Wallace. Wallace looking to make something happen, passes far behind the hoops to number 54, Fall, who is able to stop it before it goes out of bounds.
I feel like we keep seeing this from Wallace. I think it's the tiny weak link in his offensive style, but
Absolutely.
that
Great pass from Donaher up to Wallace
Yeah.
at the top. Wallace able to capitalize and just put that ball through the hoop. We are at 40-0. Mizzou leads.
this is another Quidditch 101 tip. Remember, you are not throwing to yourself. You are throwing to a different player, and you have to modulate the strength and direction of your throw to the height and position of the person you're passing to.
Absolutely. You don't want to throw to a 6'5" person when the person who's actually by the hoops is like 5'2". Just doesn't work that way unless you really have some hops. But we're at 40-0. Mizzou leads. That club is going way behind. Can Kansas get there and stop it before it goes out of bounds? No, they cannot. Reyes throws a bludger, but it doesn't hit anybody. Has to chase it back down. Mizzou has changed out their keeper. We now have number 44, McKinnon, in instead of Wallace.
Are they under your bed?
Also got some fresh legs in. Number 59? Is that what that says? Yeah, 59. Isabel Wright is in for Johnson at beater for Mizzou.
Is that 0? That's 0 to 4.
Mizzou passing the ball around on the far side of the pitch. Kansas, in a rarity so far this game, does have bludger control now.
Every game, like the first one, or the third one, and then we actually had some.
Bludgers are on the ground. Drive is happening from Mizzou. There's a wrap. I'm not entirely sure the legalities of that. It looked like it started from behind, but it doesn't seem to be called. Kansas running up with the quaffle. Number 4, Cable.
This looks like their best bet. Oh, but number 44, that was an amazing assist by, was that Grant? No.
It was passed from where number 4? It was passed from Cable to Grant, I believe. for
Yeah.
the goal. Yeah, Cable in the process of being tackled by 2 individuals and falling forward was able to get the pass to Grant. Grant at the small hoop, able to put that through, puts Kansas on the board finally. Score is 42-10. Mizzou leads.
13 minutes.
We're at 13 minutes of game time. McKinnon passes across the pitch. Twist and Ruiz able to get her hand on the ball, keep it from going through the hoop, and she is flying. A relay from number 59 on Mizzou. Right back to her beater partner Reyes, so that they could have a bludger in the middle. Kansas's advance. Number 54 Lee tries to take the shot before getting beat, is unsuccessful. Cable resetting the ball to Grant. Kansas taking their time trying to score here. Doing a good job of getting the ball back anytime a shot misses or stuff doesn't quite go their way.
Oh.
Ruiz takes the shot, but I believe it's called no good. I don't think she got beat because she's not hitting back to the hoops.
Wow.
I believe
That
was
looked like a beat. I thought I heard it beat.
but and everyone on the pitch seems to be calling for a beat, but I didn't hear anything from the ARs or the head referee. So we will see what happened there because Kansas did continue to play after what looked from the sidelines to be a beat, but we will find out for certain. Both teams now on the board are now 40-10. Mizzou leading. Still a close game though. I believe we're about 14 or 15 minutes in at this point in time.
It says like you got 12 more minutes before you can sub in. I've been tracking it for you. Goal is no good.
Okay, goal is called no good. Buffalo's at the feet of Grant. He's able to get to it first and take a shot.
Wow.
That goal is good without a doubt. So goal by Grant for Kansas. Score is still 40 for Mizzou, now 20 for Kansas, thanks to Grant's goal. Definitely still anybody's game at this point. Mizzou getting some more fresh legs on the pitch in their quaffle game. We got Danaher coming back on. McKinnon still at keeper for Mizzou.
15:02.
Kansas loses bludger control. Mizzou doing a good job of playing out wide with the quaffle. Great shot from behind the hoops, but no good. Hard to see from this angle, but I think it might have gone over the hoops. Mizzou giving it another try. Dodges the first bludger, gets picked off by the second, but McKinnon is able to pick up the quaffle and keep his team in this game and on Kansas' side of the pitch. Runs it in, puts it through the mid-size hoop, extending Mizzou's lead 50-20. We're at 15 and a half minutes game time. All right. Ruiz passes the ball off to Grant. Grant walking his way up the pitch. Mizzou with bludger control. DeWick finally in this game. Johnson.
Time.
16:10.
Bludger control.
16-10.
Mizzou recovers the quaffle back behind their hoops. Gives it to McKinnon. And we have stoppage of play.
Pay attention.
I think there is I think there was a Kansas player that might have gotten hit in the eye that they were checking on potentially, or is the Kansas player getting a call for? No, okay, never mind. I'm completely wrong on that.
Are you keeping track of?
Okay, that makes sense. Illegal face beat. Justin DeWick in the box for Mizzou, number 52. We will have 1 minute or until Kansas scores. Remember, face beats aren't inherently illegal, but they're not supposed to be intentional in any capacity and it's from a certain distance and etc. etc. I haven't played yet this year, so I'm not 100% on the exact legalities of it, but
USQ has a ref resource out if you want to learn more about how the face beat rule works.
I should check that out after this.
Great two-arm tackle from Grant on Kansas.
Absolutely, and good on McKinnon for his ability to get the quaffle out to number 12.
Oh, a little high from Mizzou.
But they are able to keep possession of it. Mizzou doing a great
20 seconds left.
time. They're doing a great job passing the quaffle around. Getting a little stagnant there though, trying to wait for something to happen. Shot taken, no good, but Mizzou is still able to pick it up. A second shot taken, no good. I don't know.
2,
Okay.
1.
I think the quaffle just incidentally hit a beater, but they did make a kicking motion, so I'm not entirely sure I guess it's okay. The quaffle would have went off anyways and returned to Kansas in that scenario, but I feel like that's
17:30.
something where you should probably just let it go. So 17:30 game time. Score is 50 for Mizzou, 20 for Kansas. Kansas making their way slowly up the pitch.
Is also hidden by the water bottle, so.
Kansas also with bludger control at this time. Quaffle carrier protected by 2 bludgers. Not my favorite strategy personally. I don't think you really need to allocate both your bludgers to just protecting your quaffle carrier. I feel like bludgers should go in and make stuff happen, but that might just be a personal thing. But
Oh, and it looks like it's sort of preventing the chaser from finding a lane there as well.
Absolutely. Just makes it a little bit hard for anything else to really open up. Pass is made behind the hoops, but Mizzou is able to pick it off quite quickly. There is a bludger
beater battle. Wow.
Sort of in the middle. Kansas gets beat. So bludger control returns to Mizzou. Wallace back in for Mizzou at keeper. Wallace passes the ball to Himmelman. Himmelman walking it in, picks up the pace, tries to pass it through the small hoop, does not go through. Number 11, Sydney Boger, does pick it up on the far side. Another shot made by Mizzou, too low. Justin DeWick looking to try to keep the quaffle for Mizzou, unable to as Kansas recovers.
45 seconds left.
Kansas moving up pretty slow again. Mizzou still with bludger control.
30 seconds.
Incidental contact, someone backing into another Mizzou player. Cable
20.
passing back and forth between Choquette and
Oh, how did
Choquette
that
with the shot.
how did that go
That
in?
just floated.
Wow.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, I guess. Because yeah, that shot definitely floated right on
9,
through.
8,
And throw from
7,
Choquette.
6,
throw from Choquette.
5,
Excellent job.
4, 3,
Score is 62
2, 1. 20
30,
minutes.
I believe.
We did it.
Yeah, 60 to 30. Mizzou leads.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Wait, what?
It's 6-3. It's 6-3. You're fine.
Isn't it?
No.
As soon as this gets turned over,
Yep.
I think that's what they counted down.
Now it's 6.
We just move it to the center. Now we have a minute break. So the pace of this game is really interesting. You know, I think Mizzou's clearly being more successful here, but they're not running away with the score. And I think Kansas has a decent chance of coming back, I think, especially if they can catch the snitch. Now, will they have the energy and momentum to keep going? We'll see. Kansas and Mizzou, I think, have similar roster depths here, and they're definitely taking advantage of it.
Absolutely. I think both sides have shown that their bludger game is kind of what is going to hold them in this. So Mizzou's done a great job of holding on to bludger control the majority of the time, but when Kansas is able to get it back, that's when Kansas has been successful in scoring.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll be able to keep working that out. This game has been moving a lot slower. I think it's just we're at that point, middle of the day, third game for each of these teams.
Well, and Mizzou hasn't played Creighton yet, which I'm
Correct. Yeah, Mizzou still has to play against Creighton, and I believe Kansas still has to play.
Blue Jays.
No, they played Blue Jay and Creighton already.
Let's pull up the schedule while we wait, folks.
Yes.
Kansas. This is Kansas's last game until we go into the second part of this gameplay format. So we have Mizzou versus Kansas ongoing. Then we have Northern Colorado versus Blue Jay, a game I've been looking forward to all day. And then Creighton versus Mizzou.
You're right.
This is our last chance to see Kansas before we find out, are they going on to the championship, or are they going for that last bid game?
Yep, and I definitely misspoke earlier. I think I said it was both games' third game of the day. This is actually Kansas's fourth game of the day. I forget. For whatever reason, I've already put out of my mind when Kansas played like Northern Colorado already for whatever reason. I think I might have been sleepwalking at that point.
You know, it's been a long day for us. We started this live stream at 8 a.m. And if we're getting this mixed up, I just commend these players for doing such a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
10,
All right.
9,
Countdown happening. We got number 54
6,
for
5, 4,
Jackson Fall
3,
for Mizzou.
2,
And then number
1.
69, Aaron Grant for Kansas, seeking. Our snitch is from Creighton. Did not catch his name before he ran out, but this should be a fun time. It'll be fun to see how both teams allocate their beaters.
Oh, that is a
was-
snitch catch from Grant. It looked good.
That is a potential snitch catch that quick, and that could put them back in this game.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, besides just the points, that's gotta pump you up. I think that would be the first time. That would obviously be the first time in this game I think they've been ahead. Well, not obviously. The
But-
beginning of the game was a little bit slower, but
Yeah,
it's
but
good.
That would be Kansas' first time pulling ahead in this game, but that's exciting. That does give you momentum going into the rest of this game for sure. So that's exciting, especially as quickly as it happened. Kudos to Aaron Grant if this is a good catch because, I mean, from over here it looked great, but I can't say for certain. Obviously, I'm not the referee. Didn't get the up close and personal look. But
Yeah.
we will see what happens. They're conferring over on the side. But a lot of good stuff happening. Mizzou still with bludger control at this moment in time. That would allow feeder Justin DeWick to return
Wow.
back into the regular game. So that is a good catch for Aaron Grant of Kansas.
That means that each team needs 7 goals. 7 goals to win.
7 goals to win.
Set score is 130.
130. Awesome.
Got it over with.
So we will see who reaches that 130 set score first. I think that's the lowest set score we've had yet today,
Yeah.
which isn't a bad thing necessarily. All right, Mizzou getting some fresh legs out there. We got number 12 Himmelman coming in and number 96 Johnson back in play, beating alongside Justin DeWick. Two of them have held bludger control. I mean, throughout all of Mizzou's games for the most part. I mean, I feel like I keep announcing their names over and over again, but they're very good at maintaining that control for their team. Reyes has gone from beating game back into the quaffle game. Great pass across to Himmelman for a goal. Score is 70 for Mizzou, 65 for Kansas. So Mizzou reclaims their lead in this game.
I'm curious. I'm gonna look up where we are in rankings and see what this game might mean. It's hard to say because we do still have other games left.
Absolutely, but it would be nice to sort of have an idea. DeWick able to pick off the quaffle carrier, and a quick transition for Mizzou. Easy goal running from the mid pitch. We talked a little bit earlier about it, but it is really, really, really important not to turn that quaffle over at mid pitch. But good on Justin DeWick for recognizing that, you know, Kansas had a quaffle player all alone at the line, and why not go ahead and beat them out and then give his team the easy pick up, run, and dunk. Score is 82-65. Mizzou leads. Excuse me. Kansas slowing down the pace, trying to get bludger control back, almost successful. But Johnson is just an absolute beast on the backside there. DeWick able to help her out.
Oh,
DeWick
and that does
throws a
not.
bludger coming off
That
pitch.
does not hit. It goes far.
Over right side, court. Right handle. Hey, we got a head,
All right, a relay pass from the Bludgers.
Oh, does that go in?
That did go.
Wow.
In. I don't know if that bounced off the bracket or off a person, but that went flying through. score is 90-65. Mizzou leads. Mizzou doesn't seem to have let off the gas pedal at all, even though they lost on that snitch catch. I think it's helped them, if anything else. They seem to be playing a lot more ferociously here these last couple minutes.
Well, a win, I believe, would put Mizzou in a good position going into their final game of the day against Creighton.
Absolutely. I think that would put them at 3-0, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. And unfortunately, Kansas would end up 1-3 with a loss this game. Pass behind the hoops for Kansas. Back across to Grant.
Oh, and Grant is beat.
Grant is beat, and so is,
But the Quaffle got bumped
Reyes.
by his body.
yeah. Ray has also got beat in that exchange. Had to run back to his hoops, but Grant back in the play now, trying to make something happen. Reyes playing a very aggressive defense for Mizzou, trying to push Kansas back over their line. Awesome tackle by Johnson of Mizzou for the beater, trying to get that bludger back.
Oh,
in her team's
wow.
possession, and she
That
was
block by
successful.
8? Was that 8 who's running with the Quaffle now? That
Yes,
was great.
Reyes had a great block at the center hoop. Not
Wait,
letting,
does Reyes chase and beat?
he chases and beats.
Wow. Overachiever.
Talented here. Trying to run it in with the Quaffle up top. He does get beat in this situation though. Quaffle gets turned over to Cable of Kansas, and he's just running it in. There is one bludger back for Mizzou though. He passes far over top back to Grant. Who is
Wallace is
almost wrapped up by Wallace, but Grant's able to avoid
Oh,
it.
and a little, and that hoop goes crashing down. That is the second time in like a minute that hoop has happened.
Kansas with another shot, but it is blocked.
And a beat. Wow.
Unfortunately, Cable not able to get rid of that Quaffle before getting beat by Johnson of Mizzou. There's a lot of exciting play there for a second. Wallace needs to start moving forward though, or he's going to be delaying the game. Wallace slowly walking his way up. Yeah. Yeah. Wallace walking the ball up slowly, protected by Johnson at beater. Pass behind the hoops. Awesome goal from number 11, Sydney Boger. Passes it right through the top of the middle hoop. I believe that brings Mizzou's score to 100 to 65.
Oh, it's the one that got
Yeah.
killed. Yes.
So
3 more goals from Mizzou, and they got this. Kansas has not been able to get another goal on the board since this seeker period started.
No, they have not. The cinch catch was their last bit of points that they got added to their score, so hopefully they can try to break this drought they have for goals. But
Wow, one is so fast.
Yeah.
One on Mizzou.
Danaher?
Yeah.
Danaher is super duper fast. Been pretty amazing, but yeah, I don't think Kansas is gonna be able to score with Mizzou maintaining bludger possession. And
Yeah. Reyes is back in beater.
Reyes subbed out and switched to beater at some point in time, and I don't know when because I didn't see it. But back at beater for Reyes, and of course has Johnson with him, who, like I said, she doesn't need any help keeping her bludger. She knows what she's doing. She'll make the tackle. She'll make the beat she needs to. Really, it's just been fantastic from her all day. Wallace walking the Quaffle up mid-pitch. Mizzou still with bludger control. Kansas putting their bludger right in the middle of the hoops, allowing them to fly out wherever they may need to. Mizzou doing a great job with some of these long passes. And Danaher's just storming in, but unfortunately that shot too low. Mizzou still able to get that Quaffle. Tries to take a shot again, but it is blocked. No good. Kansas keeper falls on top of it, but there's quite a few people in that dog pile there. Not sure if keeper has sole possession of it or not. Yes, it looks like he does, but there's still people sitting on the ground, I think, just trying to figure out what's going on. Wallace running back to tag up. I think he was either beat or fell off his broom in that little bit of a scrum we had behind the Kansas hoops. Kansas slowly walking the Quaffle up, slowing down the pace a little bit. I do think the fast pace goes more in Mizzou's favor at this time. Up, and Mizzou has lost bludger control. Kansas with control, now making a pathway for Lee. I believe that's Lee to come in. Nope.
Oh,
number 34.
nearly barrels through the hoop, but the goal does
Burns.
not go in. But that is a great goal. Great boy by Kansas Chaser. Who got that? That was number 17.
Ruiz, I believe. Yes, Kate Ruiz with the goal for Kansas.
Kansas's first
their drought
goal.
Is broken. Their drought after the switch catch is broken, so 100-70. A lot of back and forth that has happened without either team scoring, though, in these last few minutes. So 100-70. Kansas showing that they are definitely not out of this yet. Danaher behind the hoops, passes back up top.
They're not spotting on the walkie. Where is
It was over there. Like you see with
Fall, passing the ball around with Wallace. Reyes makes a beat, allows Wallace to take a shot. Shot by Wallace is good. Score is 110-70. Mizzou leads. 2 more goals to put an end to this. Set score 130.
I'm sure they might want to still pick up. I don't know what they do.
Kansas slowing it down again. Trying to plan. Feeders talking to each other. Chasers talking to each other. Trying to determine what they're going to do. And Kansas getting a fresh keeper into the mix.
Mizzou just needs 2 more goals, and then they will go into their last game with Creighton 3-0. We will see if they can cinch this or if Kansas is going to come back up.
Cable in at keeper for Kansas, trying to help his team out, trying to help them stay in this. Nobody wants to go 1-3 going into bracket. It's a hard battle to try to build yourself back from. Oh, pass is too far though, goes into the Mizzou bench. Mizzou gets to inbound. And there are no bludgers on the Kansas defense. Wallace looking to just run it if he can help it.
If he can get through those chasers,
Absolutely. They
Kansas
are
is putting
swarming
3
him,
people. Will he go
trying to bring him
down?
And he still is able to power through and get that quaffle through the mid-size hoop.
It looked like his whole body was going to go through at some point.
Definitely did. 120-70 is our score. 1 more goal could do it for Mizzou. Kansas trying to stay in this, 120-75. Taking it easy. Mizzou definitely playing a very aggressive defense, though. At this point, they know they just need 1 more goal. So all they've got to do is get that quaffle turnover and then try to run it.
Oh, it looks like he's going to get it in.
It does, for sure. He just powers his way through. Awesome job by number 4, Cable. Score is 120-85. Kansas telling Mizzou we're still in this and we're not giving up. But as we talked about, these 2 teams have a rivalry that goes back really as far as I think either team has existed. I think they were some of the first 2 in their area of the Midwest that existed. So what better way to play than to scrimmage each other? But
Oh,
Reyes-
Vincent Reyes gets the last goal.
it's at least the second game where he's gotten that final goal for Mizzou, so good on him. I don't even see him switch out from beater back to chaser again, but awesome job by Mizzou. They've got some players that definitely look out for coming in that'll help them in this Creighton game. Wallace,
Yeah.
Wick, Johnson. Mizzou. I'm excited for the Mizzou Creighton game, so we will see you back here shortly. First, we've got Northern Colorado versus Blue Jay, and then we will have Creighton versus Mizzou. So we'll see you guys then.
it's fine. It's confusing.